We're live and we have two guests today. My wife, Jamie,
Hi, everyone.
and her dog, Hank, is right down there. There's Hank. He will probably be sleeping most of the time, though. But that's Hank. He's with us for right now. We're also live on Instagram and Facebook, but I think the real party will be on YouTube. So you may want to go to YouTube, Speak English with this guy. There are 18 people in the chat, maybe a few more as we keep going. But Jamie, would you like to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Jamie, as Brent has said a lot of times. I am his wife for, we've been married a long time.
I think it's 26 years.
We've been together for 26, married for 20. I am also a teacher for middle school students, so anywhere from 11 to 14. I teach physical education and health, and then we have two great kids.
So if you are looking to try to introduce yourself in English, that's a great example of how to do it. Say a little bit about what you do for work, a little bit about your family. And I am an English teacher in the United States, so I will probably speak a little more clearly, a little more slowly. But when Jamie has joined in the past, some people like it that Jamie speaks a little more quickly, a little bit more naturally. So let's see who we have in the chat. Looks like Apple the Frog is here from Thailand.
Hi, Apple.
Sama, how are you? Audie had a little trouble with the Discord and the volley servers, but hopefully he's back up and running. Cecilia's here from Argentina. Big win for Argentina.
And Croatia.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. There are quite a few people from Brazil that watch this channel, so we won't mention that C word again.
I was rooting we watched it in our cafeteria yesterday, and we have a lot of Team Brazil fans. A lot of the students are from Brazil. They were really disappointed. We had actually a couple of kids crying. It was pretty sad.
Yeah, and Portuguese. There are a lot of students at your school that speak Portuguese, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. A lot of Portugal fans as well.
All right. So Mariposa, I think from Germany, says, loves Jamie speaking. Stas had a question. I have a question for Hang. Did I spell it right? Maybe it's Jamie?
Or Hank.
Hank. You have a question for Hank.
Hank.
Okay. Hank. Hank's sleeping, right, buddy?
He's getting there quickly. He's had a busy morning.
Aroni is here.
Hi, Ronnie.
Mahmoud is here. Go Argentina. Before we get too far, I would like to give a huge shout out to Amina. She dropped a massive, sorry, Jamie, you got blocked by the super chat. She dropped a massive super chat yesterday. She was not able to join us live because she has to work. I asked her in the Discord, do you have any questions for us? But she didn't get back to us. So I think she was at Tim Hortons when she did that, but let's do this for her. Thank you so much, Amina. It means a lot.
Oh, thank you so much for the super chat.
Yeah, so again, Amina, thank you so much. That really helps out the channel. Bought some new lights in the back, every little bit. Microphone a couple months ago, so every little bit helps. Thank you so much. Let's check for some questions here. Danny from France has a quick hello. Oh, she can't stay. Okay.
83. Wow. What a lucky man.
Yeah. I was hoping I would remember how to say happy birthday in French, but I don't. Feliz cumpleaños. Is that Spanish?
Spanish. Well, is Feliz Mary? Or is it happy?
I don't know. Could be Italian, though. Feliz cumpleaños. All right. Osama. All right. So likes it when we're both here. Yeah, usually we're pretty busy. Jamie has a lot to do on the weekends. Sometimes she is helping out with our daughter's play. She is a choreographer. A choreographer in English means I don't know, what do you do?
I teach the dances. I make them up, choreograph them. Yeah.
Yeah. Amina is super generous. Mega's here from India. Okay, Audie. Oh no. Hey, it's giving him a headache. So if you would like to become a member, or if you are already a member and you had some problems like Audie did, go up to the community tab. Go to Speak English with This Guy, the channel page, go to the community tab. If you're a gold member, like Audie is, you will see the link to the Volley server. And I also, for gold, Audie, for you, I also put the Discord link. So hopefully you can join us there. Joyeux anniversaire, maybe, in French. Hopefully that's right.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Freddie.
Freddie. All right, Mahmoud, could you please explain this phrase? That's what really determines. That's what really determines. Yeah, we could do that probably. So maybe you have a couple choices to make. Let's say you have a party you could go to on Friday, or you could go to a movie. But let's say other friends are choosing, and maybe you have one really good friend. Let's call him or her Jamie. And maybe you think if Jamie goes to the movies, I will go to the movies. If she goes to the party, I will go to the party. So that is what determines your choice. You have two choices there. So let's say there is a picnic or a movie. If it's going to be raining, well, that determines that you're going to go to the movie. Hope that helps. Yeah. That's what really determines. So you have a choice between two things, and depending on something else, you'll choose one of those choices.
Well, you just said it. We also say, and more times we say it really depends on versus that's what really determines. We will say it depends on, where my decision will depend on what decision Brent makes. That's what we say instead.
Yeah. Hopefully that your explanation was much better than mine was. Harry's here from Indonesia. Audie is wondering, what are we going to do after the live?
No. He says, I will do it after the live. Like, join the member and get back in the Discord.
Okay. English teacher having trouble reading English. I'm so glad you're here, Jamie. And hello to everyone on Instagram. Join us on YouTube. There are 41 people on YouTube, 11 people on Instagram. Speak English with This Guy on YouTube. All right. What a roller coaster of emotions yesterday. Yeah, that is a great term to use. So Williams is from Argentina. My son and I watched every single second of that game. Argentina goes up 2-0. If you're in England, you might say 2-0. But in the United States, we say 2-0. And I think, Williams, maybe you can back me up. I think Argentina got a little cocky. They let their guard down. The Netherlands came back, tied it 2-2. They went into overtime. They went to penalty kicks. Heartbeat. Argentina wins. Very last second. Hey, that goalie. I mentioned it in the Discord. That goalie stood on his head. We say that when a goalie does really well, we often say it in hockey, but if a goalie does really well, we can say, whoa, he stood on his head. All right. Hello. Facebook, alive and well. Welcome. Brazil is in the house. Good to see you, Renata. Boomer, what does that mean? Oh, maybe because I can't read. Stan, he is from Ukraine, but he's living in Denmark now. Maybe you can read this, Jamie, because
Can you guys help me understand this? I think he quit typing.
Oh, okay. So it's not me this time.
Maybe he finished it somewhere in the chat.
Okay. All right, Stas. I believe in you. We can do it. Yeah, Cecilia, also from Argentina, agrees. Yeah, I was really concerned. I don't know very many people from the Netherlands, but I know quite a few from Argentina. So I was really pulling for Argentina, or I was rooting for Argentina. If you would like to say that you want a team to win, you can say I was pulling for or I was rooting for. Yeah, just drop your questions, your comments in the chat. We will answer them. Croatia is dangerous, though. Argentina should not be too quick to let their guard down. Yeah, Reza, I agree. Audie can't give a super sticker. I appreciate it. Audie, you have done so much for the channel. Thank you so much. All right, Stas, could you guys help me to understand this sentence? I've searched on Google, but anyway, maybe you could explain it better. Stick to your guns. I think I could do that, but I feel like I have been talking a lot. Jamie, would you like to explain stick to your guns?
Yeah, so that just means that you're going to not stray away from how you believe or something that you wanted to do, or and I'm not sure where stick to your guns come from. I imagine that's from a saying that's really, really old. Like you should only stick to the guns that you own and not like put your hands or dabble in other people's things. But really just when you stick to your guns, you're going to stick to what you firmly believe, what you really want to do, or stick to a decision that you've made and not let anybody waver or change your mind.
Exactly. So let's say you have a friend that is trying to get you to go to a party. I'm going to use that example again, but you don't want to go. You need to rest. You've been studying English all week and you need to rest, but your friend keeps pestering you. Come on, let's go. Come on. No, I'm not going. I'm going to stick to my guns. Just like Jamie said, you could have two decisions to make. You are going to stick with what you believe. Hopefully that helps.
I think somebody on Instagram needs to get in. There's a request.
Oh, it's okay. They probably want to join us. There's so much going on. I'm sorry. Join us on YouTube, though. Join us on YouTube. Wait. Ricardo says, I think I'm going to root for Japan. Should we tell him? I think Japan lost.
I really, I've seen a lot of things that Japan has done at the stadium after their games. Their fans stay and pick up all the trash. It's Japan. They have some really amazing people.
Yes.
I've loved seeing those stories.
One day I would love to go to Japan. I really would. Morocco, though, right? We got to go for Morocco today, don't we? I'm going for Morocco and France. All right, let's see. It's close. Yeah, my name is Brent. 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 And this is Jamie. Jamie. Hello from Myanmar. Last night, I was watching a show in Myanmar. It was about the most dangerous roads in the world. And there was a man that was bringing a cow to a funeral. And then he had to bring the body back through this road. It was during monsoon season. It was crazy. So lots of mountains in Myanmar, beautiful country. I would also like to visit Myanmar one day, but I will bring a raincoat during rainy season. All right, Renata had a question here. Since you're an English teacher, do you teach the language itself or literature? I'm just curious about it. That's a good question, Renata. Since I teach native English students, I don't really teach English like I teach on YouTube. It is definitely more literature. For example, right now we are reading a short story called Flowers for Algernon in my class. All right, Freddie has a question here. To have a sip, do you also use the words a swig or a gulp? Or are these more slang? No, you can use all of them. Let's talk about the difference. So a sip would be a small drink. What about a swig? Swig, probably small.
It's still kind of small. Yeah. It's just really, swig and sip are interchangeable, I think.
Yeah. But what if, like, this is where I might use swig. And Jamie has a a Dr. Pepper. All right. This is hers. And I might say, hey, do you mind if I take a swig from your drink? Like I might say that when you're taking somebody else's drink. Hey, did you just take a swig from my drink? So
I will have to say, swig is not used as much. We use, can I have a sip, or may I have a sip of your drink, way more often than swig.
yeah, it's good slang though.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want to include
Same
that.
thing. Yeah.
A gulp is bigger. A gulp is like 2 or 3 sips. So you can't go wrong with sip and gulp. Try swig if you'd like. Hey, you mind if I take a swig off that?
Sure.
Okay. I have my water here, actually. This is available in the shop. English Junkie, if you would like. All right. Let's go back to this. Cecilia, sorry, Brent. Can you repeat the word that means to let one's guard down? Did I say that? When I was talking about, I think that's all I said, right? When Argentina was up 2-0, did I say they let their guard down?
Yeah, I think so.
Did I say anything else?
Well, no, I just think to let your guard down means that you're not really paying attention. You've kind of relaxed a little bit. You're not taking it as seriously. So you just don't want to let your guard down. You know, if you're out in a dangerous place, you want to make sure you're focused on things around you. You're aware of your surroundings. Don't let your guard down.
Yeah, another phrase we might use is they were asleep at the wheel, and that comes from driving. So if they were up 2-0 and they got relaxed, like Jamie said, well, they fell asleep at the wheel. They let the Netherlands back in. All right, the question here, and I can't answer this. What do you think your students like about you? I don't assume my students like me at all. I need to be careful. They are 13 and 14 years old. You would have to ask them. They might not like me at all. Yeah. That's a tricky one. You would have to ask them. Please don't ask them. They may say horrible things about me. Stas, our friend in Denmark, by way of Ukraine, dropped a super sticker.
Thank you.
Got a little something for you. Thank you so much, Stas.
Oh, thank you so much for the super chat.
All right, we're back. 53 people here on YouTube. Only 5 on Instagram now. Come on over. Come on over to YouTube. Speak English with this guy. All right, what is going on in the chat? Did I miss a lot? No, we've been here for 18 minutes. There's always a replay that you can watch, but we are just answering questions in the chat. So if you are just joining, my name is Brent. This is Jamie, my wife, and we are taking your questions about learning English or American culture. Yeah, Cecilia, did that make sense? Now, Cecilia is also an English teacher. So that's why I thought she might be asking something different. Oh, thank you. Mode Eggs is here. Be careful of Mode Eggs. Little cocky.
Yep.
I think I said that. Okay. So if somebody is getting a little cocky, it means they are overconfident. Yeah. Thanks, Mode. You are a very confident person. Who is he saying that to? Maybe Hank. No, confident dog. Hank is confident.
Mm-hmm.
Williams. Yeah, my son and I were saying that quite a bit. Like when it came to penalty kicks, that goalie for the Netherlands, we use feet in the United States. He was 6'8", 6 feet 8 inches. And I thought, whoa, the Netherlands, they are going to win this in penalty kicks. But that I don't know the goalie's name from Argentina, but like I said, he stood on his head. He blocked 2 shots. Crazy. Crazy. All right, Apple. He's from Thailand. Is there a difference between grandma and grandmother? If there is, what are they? Jamie, you have had grandmothers in the past.
Yep.
Yeah, I have too. But would you like to answer this one?
It's the same thing. I called both of my grandmothers grandmother. Well, I actually was in a unique situation. My parents are divorced, so I had actually 3 grandmothers. So I had 2 grandmothers, and then I called one of my grandmothers Mima, which is a very Southern name. I'm not sure where it came from, but Meemaw is very, very Southern and common where I came from. So you can also have a Grammy, which is a grandmother, or a Mimi, or a nanny, or a nana. It's all shortened from grandmother, and usually the grandchildren decide what they're actually going, unless you say it over and over. Sometimes the grandchildren come up with the words when they're little, what they call their grandparents.
Yeah, I called one of my grandmothers Mimi because I guess when I was little, I couldn't say Grammy. So it just went to Mimi. When I was growing up, though, there was a lot of French in my town. So ma mère was very popular. I don't look at any. Oh, right there. Mahmoud, that should have been a question right there. What's wrong? There's nothing wrong.
I don't really have my glasses on, so I can only see when you make them big.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. Yeah, when I pulled your name up in the comments before, yeah, I don't want to offend you because I would definitely get that wrong. But Vershish. Maybe if I say it confidently enough, it sounds right. Vershish. Thank you for joining us on Facebook. All right. Whoa, Sita is here. Welcome. She is from Brazil.
Hi, Sita. How are you?
We will not mention what happened yesterday, but I am so glad you are here. Oh, Mahmoud, you have not been blocked. Not been blocked. Sudan. Sudan is here. So, what do I know about Sudan? I know that I have had a lot of students from South Sudan in my classes. Juba is the capital of South Sudan. So, welcome from Sudan. All right, Stan. Jamie's very popular. Can you hear her phone vibrating? She's very popular. Can you pronounce for me, please, 2 words, sick and seek? Very similar, but very different. Yeah. So if you're not feeling well, you might be sick. And if you are very sick, you might have to seek out a doctor. Hopefully that helps. Sick, coughing, seek is another way to say to look for. All right. Welcome. Shin. Hey, Brent. I just wondered, do you teach old literature in your class, like Shakespeare, or maybe older literature? No, I don't. I love Shakespeare. I sometimes reference Shakespeare, but it's been a long time since I've taught Shakespeare. So if I have advanced students, I have made a course for one of Shakespeare's plays. It's called A Midsummer Night's Dream, but I haven't taught that in a couple years. My students are 13 and 14, so we read more contemporary literature, like literature that's been written in the last couple decades. And a decade is a year. A decade is 10 years. 10 years. A century is 100 years. All right, Reza, the goalie from Argentina, knocked it out of the park. Yeah, he did. Crushed it. I'm sure he is going to be a national hero forever. We might say, and I know Argentina is a country where alcohol is sometimes consumed, so we might say that goalie never has to buy another beer in Argentina for the rest of his life. All right, looks like Hank is leaving. Somebody is picking him up. Can you just come grab him? Thanks. Our son is coming to grab him. You may have heard Hank growling. All right, Harry, what's going on? Do you know that? No. Traditional Chinese medicine? No, I don't. Hey, Bob the Canadian, I believe, is going live after us. So probably most people have heard of Bob the Canadian. He's quite the legend. but he will be going live after we are done here in about a half an hour.
I just want to touch on that. We have something that we do that's called cupping that I'm not super familiar with. But they don't scrape the skin, but it's like a suction cup, and I don't know much about it. But it is a medical practice.
Yeah. And I don't know why Hank is back here, but just, hey, Ace, could you come just grab him? I don't know. He weighs about 12 pounds, but somehow he outsmarted our son. All right. The next one. Which one is correct? May want to hold him. May want to hold him. Which one is correct? A lot or lot? It just depends. Every time you want to say a lot, it is 2 words. Like if you want to be perfect in English grammar, you would use 2 words. Like, wow, I have a lot of English homework. But you might also have like, a lot is usually a group of something, but we don't use that one as much as we use the first one you said, a lot.
So you might also put an S on lots. I have lots of things, or I have a lot of things. So you could make them one and the same if you just added an S to lots.
Yeah. Perfect.
And a lot of people like say lots of, like kind of, it makes it all one together instead of a lot of, just to make it more of a slang.
Yeah, perfect. I have lots of homework to do this weekend. Renata, I am 5'7". Am I average or tall in the US? It's a great question. 5'7". I happen to know the average height of a male in the United States. Would you like to take a guess?
5'10".
Super close. 5'9".
5'9".
And the only reason I wanted to correct Jamie is because I'm 5'10". So I'm slightly taller than the average male in the United States. So yeah, 5'7" would be slightly below average. 5'10", slightly above average. So I'm just happy I'm 5'10". I would have liked to have gotten to 6 feet, but it didn't happen. When I was younger, the doctors said, you will reach 6 feet. Didn't happen. I'm not bitter or anything. Yeah. All right. Let's keep rolling here. All right. I heard memo from the office. Maybe it's typical for that region. Yeah, we say memo quite a bit.
Yeah, it's short for it's short for something. Memo is there's a much longer word. I don't even know how to say it correctly. Memorandum. Memorandum. Yes.
We never say that.
No, but we do say like they didn't get the memo. Like if Britt and I and another one of our friends at work, we all wear black, and one of our other friends is in bright pink, we might say, oh, you didn't get the memo that we were wearing black today. Just something like that. But a memo also goes around an office or like a school. It's generally done now through email, like an all staff email. And it's just to like let you know of important information. Maybe a change in when lunch will be, or there's a Christmas party coming up.
So earlier in the chat, somebody asked, do your students like you? Maddie is one of my students, so you can ask her. maybe she doesn't like me at all. But hey, good to see you, Maddie. Good to see you, Maddie. All right. Okay. Mahmoud, this question is for Jamie. All right. Don't answer that. What do you like most about me? No. This is only an hour-long live stream.
So we can do this really quick then. So
it would take you so much longer.
I do just remind you that it's 9:39.
Oh, yeah.
You want to do members only, but I will answer this question.
You don't have to though.
Don't have to, but I will.
No, you don't have to.
Brent is very, very easy to get along with. I think he gets along with just about everybody. So he's very unique in that way that he can kind of make a connection with everybody that he meets.
Oh, thank you. I try. It's not hard to be nice, right? It's not hard to be nice. Usually if you're nice, the other person's nice back to you. And if they aren't nice back to you, then, it's more of their problem than your problem. What I would like to do now, is Bob the Canadian live right now? I thought he was going, because if Bob the Canadian is live, I'm sure everyone is going to leave this. But we have 53 people here. Thank you so much for being here. If you could, please like this lesson so others will find it. And what I would like to do now is switch it over to members only for about 10 minutes, because I just want to thank the channel members for being so nice, helping us out each month. So we'll do members only chat for about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe. Thank you, Jamie. All right. Hello. Sending you best wishes. Oh, have a successful and happy day.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Freddie. Oh, okay. Maybe Jamie can answer this better than I can. She's a little younger than I am, but I think this is going to be slang. So Freddie says, recently I heard the expression, that's a cap, in order to say that's a lie. Do you know this expression? Yeah, our son who just grabbed the dog, he's 15. He might know better than I do, but.
So, I mean, you're right. Yeah. My kids are using that's a cap, or that's cap.
Or how about no cap?
No cap. Yeah. Like no lie, like no cap would be no lies. But when they say cap, that means that the person is lying. Kids are also now saying bet. Like if I say, hey, we're going to go get ice cream later, instead of saying, yeah, all right, they're saying bet, which I have no idea why you would even use that word for yes, or I'm not sure. I mean, kids come up with these things all the time. I mean, like I'm hearing new things all the time, but cap does mean lie. So if you say, if I ask Brent a question, a really serious question, and I'm like, no cap, that means I don't want him to lie to me.
Right. But I'll just speak for myself. I'm just so old. And I know most people that watch this channel are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I don't know, a native English speaker at that age probably wouldn't say that. No cap. I don't know if Maddie is still here, but one of my students, sometimes I will just say that in class to make the kids cringe, like to make my students cringe. They're like, oh, why are you talking like that? Like, cringe. That's slang. I use that though. I think most people of any age will use cringe, but it just gives you that feeling like when your dad is trying to be cool, like, don't do that. Don't try to be young. All right. Haiti is in the house. Welcome. Port-au-Prince. All right. Yeah. I don't know which one to hang. Bob is cool. I will say that. Bob, I thought he was going at 10. What time is it now?
It's 9:40.
Okay, maybe he started earlier. All right. Mega from India is wondering, social studies teachers will know geography. Yes. In the United States, a social studies teacher will probably teach history and geography. Social studies. Yeah.
We actually have a class now called Humanities. I don't know if Brent's school does that or not, but at my school, our English teacher and our social studies history teachers now teach the class together. So you're including English and history together, and we actually call that Humanities.
Yep. And the other side of that, math and science will combine in one class, and we call that STEM. So that is happening at the middle school level, probably not so much at the high school level, but we both teach middle school in the United States. So those students are usually 12, 13, and 14 years old. Humanities and STEM. Renata, beautiful couple. Thank you so much. Of course, I mean, look at Jamie is definitely the better looking of the two. So she really helps out the couple, that's for sure. What's that? How did you, Mahmoud, you've seen our wedding picture. How is that? But thank you.
Oh, probably. Is he on Facebook?
Yeah, he is on Facebook. Yeah, Mahmoud also follows me on Facebook. So, Mahmood is wondering, do I have an English course? No, not yet. And maybe not ever. I don't know. Most of the stuff on YouTube will be great for learning English, and it's free, but there may be a course years down the road for someone that wants to dive more deeply. Because when I make videos on YouTube, I have to make sure people still keep watching. So it is a little different from a course, but no way. Or Bob and I want to leave right now. And what is Bob and Jen on together? So Bob, the Canadian's wife, is named Jen. She does join him sometimes. I'm Brent. She is Jamie. So like our initials are the same.
It has been 5 minutes. I don't know how.
It has been 5. Okay. Let's go back to, thank you so much.
Yep.
Let's go back to everybody chatting. Let's go everybody, even non-subscribers. Maybe we will get some trolls. Could make the chat a little more interesting. Let's see who will troll us. All right. Okay. Mr. Martinez. No way. Born in Cecilia's
Very cool.
hometown. Mar del Plata. Does that mean by the sea? Beach by the sea, maybe? The beach by the sea? All right. Going through here. Hey, Yulia. How are you? Welcome. Bob the Canadian is a great teacher. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah. Bob the Canadian is a huge inspiration. How often do we fight with our teenagers? I would say never now. Hardly ever, right? Hardly ever. They're pretty good kids, and I think we're pretty relaxed parents. They might say otherwise, but it's pretty rare. It's pretty rare. Yeah, Mamu, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Look at this. You're not a member, but you're right up on the screen. It's all right. Mahmoud.
Ask away, Mahmoud.
Yeah.
Ask away.
No worries. No worries. All right. Stas, I want to ask, is it common to swim in a lake or a river in the winter in your region? In Denmark, it is quite common to swim in the sea. Now, Stas is a gold member. I have seen him swimming on volley, and the short answer is probably no, right?
No. They do, instead of, I mean, you might put on a wetsuit. I don't know if he wears a wetsuit.
He does not.
Oh, well then, more power to you. I do not like cold water. I have before worn a wetsuit to ride jet skis, and still my hands and my face got really, really cold. But where we're from, most people do a lot of ice fishing. So that's how we use our lakes where we're from. They'll drill a hole in the ice and sit for hours and just fish. Sometimes they have a little shack over them that they've built to stay warm, have like a radio and some snacks, some adult beverages. But we use more in the lake because ours freeze up here too. So I'm not sure if you could really, really swim. I mean, we're actually having a really warm winter right now, but ice fishing is more what we use our lakes for here.
Yeah, we do have something in our state called the Polar Bear Club, where there are people, some people call them a little crazy, but they will dig a hole in the ice and do a plunge. They will go swimming. So there are some crazy people.
I think that happens on New Year's too, or Christmas at the beach. They'll run into the ocean really quickly, and it's like a charity or a fundraiser. And they'll get the ocean is really, really cold. Even in the summer where we're from, where I'm from, Alabama, the ocean is really, really warm. But in Maine, the ocean is really cold. So they do that as a fundraiser sometime in the winter. Yeah,
I think I've heard of that. And I think in Denmark, where Stas lives and where we live, I think the ocean temperature is about the same. Our oceans don't freeze. I have been to Sweden and Finland in March, and the ocean was pretty frozen up there. But yeah, it doesn't freeze where we live. Osama's wondering, how tall are you? I'm 5'10".
I'm 5'3".
5'3". So that's how we say height in the United States. I know most of the world uses centimeters, but we use feet and inches. All right. Yes. Consider yourself tall. At 5'7", sure. Now, I know somebody here was from Sudan, and I know that the Dinka tribe lives in Sudan and South Sudan, and they are some of the tallest people on earth. I think they are the second tallest behind the Netherlands. So I think the United States, we're just kind of average in the middle there. Yeah, Harry, I don't know this. And I've had conversations with people. I don't know. Maybe Jamie does. I will read the question from Harry. Is this term first cousin once removed still commonly used, Brent? It is kind of complicated to understand this term for me. Yeah, as a native English teacher, it's complicated for me too. Do you have any idea?
I don't know. There's a lot of things with the cousins that I don't like. I know first cousin, second cousin, and things like that, but we don't tend to we tend to just say they're somehow related, and you don't really go into how, or like you may say their brothers or their dads or brothers or their moms or sisters or their moms or cousins, but we don't really use that anymore, and I really don't know what it means. I think older generations may know what it means, but we tend to not use that. We'll just say we're cousins, brothers, sisters, or some people even say we're somehow related, but we don't know. Like it's that complicated.
Yeah, good call. You can't go wrong with cousin, though.
No.
Cousin. Hey, anybody watching on Instagram, we are on YouTube as well. There are 51 people on YouTube. You may want to join us to join in on the chat, but hello to everyone on Instagram. All right, I came across this. English Joy, how are you? I came across an entire English novel, Looking for Alaska by John Green. Great book. I've read it. While I was cleaning out my attic yesterday, that was a surprise for me. I'm a huge fan of John Green, Turtles All the Way Down, Fault in Our Stars, Paper Towns. They are written for teenagers, my students who read. I do have a couple students actually reading John Green now, but they are difficult. They are difficult. If you're looking for something challenging, John Green, can't go wrong. If you're looking for something a little easier, Diary of a Wimpy Kid is really good. Errone bought me Diary of a Wimpy Kid in Italian, so thank you. Thank you. Brent is a likable guy. That's all I want to be, just a likable guy. Likable guy. Mode. Question to Jamie. You're a PE teacher, right? What do you think is the reason American women are way better or even incomparable to American men when it comes to soccer? Great question. For men in soccer, we're not that great. For women, it's either us or Canada, right?
I think so. Soccer usually happens in the fall, where in the United States, that's the season when they play. So there's so many sports to compete with during soccer season. I know I'm an athletic director too, and we have this conversation all the time about moving sports around to different months or seasons, because in the fall for men, you have football, soccer, cross country. What am I missing?
I don't know. Is that it?
I think that might be it. So there's a lot of things that's competing with that sport. American football, like the ones you see with the pads, is really, really popular compared to soccer. And for girls, there's just not as many choices. And it's unfortunate, but here in America, teenagers are starting to specialize in one sport. So I think in a lot of different sports that are maybe not as big as, say, American football, baseball, those sports are kind of losing out because other people are specializing in one sport versus playing a sport every season, which I don't agree with specializing in sports, especially in high school and middle school. Playing all different types of sports makes you a better athlete. So,
and I don't want to get too political, but I think in this country, we could do better, but we do encourage women to play sports. I know in other countries, I will not name, but they discourage women from even getting an education. So I think, of course, like I said, we can do better, but there are a lot of families who want their girls to participate in sports just as much as the boys. So,
and I'll just piggyback on the country piece. We have a lot of students at our school this year who are from different countries, that this is their first time living in the United States. And it's been a barrier to kind of discuss with families and to get them on the same page that here in America, girls can play any sport that they want to. And they actually don't kind of believe us sometimes until we actually bring them in to see. So that's a great part of my job, is being able to have females from all different kinds of countries a lot of them also play soccer. So it's they're very excited to see that they can play soccer or any sport that they want to try. But that's been kind of a barrier, is actually convincing parents that here in the United States, girls can play whatever they want to.
Yeah, it started back in the 1970s with a law called Title IX, where schools had to have an equal amount of sports for boys and for girls. So,
great question.
Yeah, it's a fun one. There's so many nice comments here. Thank you. I got to put them up on the screen because it makes me feel good. Thank you, Reza. Oh, look. Thank you, English Joy. Thank you so much. All right. I'm here on Facebook. I hope my questions will be answered from here. Yes. Drop them right in the chat. We can see it. All right. Brent Jamie, when does the semester at your school end? Chin. First, maybe we should talk about what a semester is in English. And it's basically half a year. When you see semi, S-E-M-I, think half. So semester, S-E-M-E, almost half. So it's a half a year. We also have quarters in schools, American schools, and that is divided by 4, a quarter. So when does your semester end? Do you know?
So actually, my school is what we call trimesters. So TRI is 3. So actually, this week was my first week of my second trimester. A week ago, the first trimester ended, and now I'm in my third trimester. So that just usually means the school year is broken down in 3. So we go at 185 days. So they split that into 3 sections and call it trimesters. Usually semesters in school, you start in September, your first semester will end in December. You start your second semester in January, and it ends sometime May, June.
Yep. That's us for our school as well. Yep. It's hard to be patient. Hey, Jamie and I have been teaching middle school for over 20 years. Yes, you have to be patient. Jeez. Williams is wondering, you make a great couple. Thank you, Williams. At what age did we meet? We were young. Did you want to answer that one? Since I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
Sure. We were both 19 when I was 20. Oh, he was 20 and I was 19 when we met. And we met in 1996.
Yep. I just turned 20 like 2 months ago. Like, I think
I was really close to 20.
Yeah. And you are 4 months younger than me. So it was in that in between. We were both very, very young.
A long time.
Wait. I don't like Bob the Canadian. No. Come on. Bob the Canadian is awesome. Bob the Canadian is a man. But you are entitled to your opinion. Stas, I wanted to ask, is it
We've already answered
that. We did that one. All right, we did that one. I'm not leaving. Thank you, Cecilia. We were talking in Discord, I think last night, and I called Cecilia one of the OGs. And that is slang for like one of the original people. Cecilia might have been my first subscriber on YouTube. I don't think she was anywhere past like 3. It was Khalifi, Ibrahim, and Cecilia. They were all in the same class and they subscribed. So Cecilia is one of the OGs. Oh, I got okay. Hey, Brent, Jamie, how are you? Do you celebrate National Pastry Day? And what kind of pastry do you both like the most? Watt, thank you for the question. Is there only one day that you can eat? I eat pastries every day. So, do we celebrate National Pastry Day? I didn't. Is that today?
There's a day for everything.
Yeah.
I mean, but I love pastries. I mean,
what's your favorite pastry?
Oh gosh, we have an Italian bakery here, and they have this amazing like cinnamon stick with icing. I think I'd have to go with that.
Okay. Geez, probably mine is just probably the regular old donut. Good chocolate donut.
Boston cream donuts.
Boston cream donut. Yeah. A Boston cream donut in English is basically a regular kind of cake donut, chocolate on the top, and then a special cream inside. It's called Boston cream. Good stuff. Sita has been around for a long time too, so thank you.
Thank you, Sita.
All right. She has been busy. I know she has been celebrating a lot of birthdays. Her family has had a lot of birthdays. So don't try to be young when you're already old. That is true.
Yep.
It's very good advice. Audie the Tie.
Oh, thank you, Audie. Thank you so much.
Look at that picture, by the way. Look at Audie in that picture.
I've seen him sing too. It's so fun to watch. He's so good. I love it.
I'll tell you, Audie's life in Thailand is amazing. Always singing, dancing. He's giving to charities, feeding his neighbors. It's good stuff. Got a little something for you, Audie. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you so much for the super chat.
Yeah, it's amazing, Audie.
Thank you.
Gonna talk to Instagram here for a second. Instagram, hello. Come over and join us on YouTube. Speak English with this guy. There are 50 people. There are 50 people chatting. Chat there and you can improve your English. All right. What is this? Sometimes while speaking. Oh, yeah. Okay. So sometimes while speaking, I break in the middle of a sentence. Yeah, that's natural. You probably do it in your native language too. That's natural. We do it all the time. I think I just did it there. I said that we do it all the time. Very natural. Yeah. If you don't, then you might sound like a robot. So yeah. All right, Freddie Wolf. I wonder whether Jamie and you are working at the same school or not. Would you like to answer or would I?
Sure.
Okay.
Or you can.
No.
We do not. We don't work at the same school. It's not very common for husband and wife to teach at the same school. Just if something were to happen, like one of us were to get let go, or I think in smaller communities that it's more common in smaller neighborhoods or smaller cities. But where we live, there's so many schools that it doesn't tend to happen that often. I actually teach in a school that's about 30 minutes from his school.
I have a much shorter commute. My commute is about 12 minutes. And Jamie, your commute is
like 35.
35. So
yep.
Twice as long as mine. And when we say commute in English, that means how long it takes you to get to work from your house. My commute is 12 minutes. Casey. Okay. This is, I think, from TikTok. So maybe, Jamie, you could. Hey, dear Brent, I've got a question. What does rent-free mean exactly? Thanks in advance. Do you know that? Well, like, I've seen this on TikTok. What movie expression lives rent-free in your head? I think that's where that comes from.
Yeah, I think that's really it. Like rent-free in your head space. There's not a lot of places here that are rent-free. Sometimes you might have somebody that needs to like store something for the winter, and you might let them do it rent-free, like in your garage or shed, or park a car somewhere and not have to pay to park it. But we don't call that rent-free. that's more of like doing a favor or helping someone out. But rent-free, we talk about, also like if you're something that lives rent-free in your head, like it doesn't have to pay to be in your head.
Yeah, I think that's
the only thing I know.
Yeah, I think that's the only way you'll hear it is the way Jamie explained it. So you don't even have to think about it. Just what's the first thing you think of maybe when you hear that topic?
Yep.
So yeah, it's definitely I only hear it on TikTok.
Yeah, I think it's something that you're always thinking about.
Yeah. I don't even think we say it out loud, do we? Do people talk about it?
No.
I think just to make a TikTok,
Yep.
I think. Renata, I'm going to leave the stream. Okay, Renata, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much for being here.
Mode Eggs. I was rooting for Japan at first, but after they lost to Croatia, I decided to go for Brazil. But then they also lost to Croatia. Now I'm like, yeah, how is this going to end? Because if I was rooting for any team, I would not want Mode to be rooting for that team. He seems like he curses whichever team he is rooting for. So, Mode, I know kind of where you live, I think. So maybe Morocco. Don't root for them though if you want them to win. Root for England, maybe. Root for England today, please. LF, what's going on? How do you pronounce the word quay? I've heard people saying something like key, and I was like, what? Yeah, me too. I don't even know what that is. Quay?
Quay. I'm not sure what that is, but I would say quay.
Yeah, but I think you should be like, what? Yeah, just I don't know what that is. So I would pronounce key if I needed a key to get into my car. Key. I don't know. But there are so many different accents in English that who knows? All right, Yelena, thanks for joining. Ice fishing. Yeah, ice fishing is very popular here. I have an uncle that loves ice fishing. Sabrina, how are you? Sabrina has been with the channel for a long time too.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank
Very
you.
nice of you.
Algeria. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Videos are useful. Northerners are used to cold water. Yeah, crazy people. Stas is crazy. Crazy. But it's becoming popular. Some people are putting Swedish dips. Am I saying that right? Have you heard of Swedish dips?
I have not heard of that.
So a lot of people,
it looks like it happens
in the United States, at a gym might have a sauna, and then they will go into a Swedish dip right after to close all of their pores. Yeah. I think that's what it's called, right? A Swedish dip.
I have heard. A lot of people are doing that in the shower too, taking a hot shower but finishing with just cold water. It's supposed to be something that's really, really helpful for you to ward off what I've heard, ward off sickness, and different things like that.
Yeah, who knows? So Mega says we use feet and inches only in India. Okay, well, if over 1 billion people are using it, it's got to be good, right? Danny, how are you?
Hi, Danny.
Hope you are doing well. Pauzy, welcome. I think Brent and Bob ran out of topics. No, I have a couple. I have a lot ready to go. Yeah, nope. Tons of topics. I think Brent and Bob look alike. I think Bob's a little better looking, but we look pretty similar. Brothers from another mother. Turtles all the way down. Yeah, great book. Great book. I might have cried in the middle. Yeah. We have been going about an hour. I wanted to... All right, please, could I ask you, do you like dark humor like the Brits? For example, Monty Python movies. Hansa, thanks for the question. There is something in English called British humor, and you described it. And I think a lot of Americans don't really get it. Yeah, Monty Python is a perfect example. Mr. Bean, I think is his name. So it's all right. I never got into Monty Python.
I just, when you bring that up, I haven't seen it for a very long time. I can't remember the year it came out, but I remember watching it and I think I liked it.
Really?
I think I did. I'm trying to remember. Doesn't it have men dancing?
No. Are you thinking of the Full Monty?
Oh, maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about.
That's another British. That came out when we were kids, I think.
Okay.
The Full Monty. Yes, men dancing. Monty Python is like the life of Brian.
So it was the Full Monty.
Spamalot. Yeah. I don't think we quite get it. All right, looking through here for a couple more questions, and I think we need to get out of here.
What do you mean by OG?
Where is that? Oh, yes. Yeah, so OG in English, I think it means original gangster. right? Isn't that what it means? Like the OG. But in English, we just say like the first. Like Bob the Canadian would be an OG English teacher on YouTube. He's one of the first to do it. There might be a few that have been doing it longer, but the OG, when it comes to people who have been following this channel, the first three, I think, were Khalifi, Ibrahim, and Cecilia, which is why I said the OGs. But I mean, this channel is still pretty small, 10,000 subscribers. So you're all pretty much OGs. You've been here like since the beginning. All right. Nikita, it's so fun I do want to watch Bob the Canadian, but it is so fun to be answering questions. Nikita's been around for a long time. Thank you, Nikita. Hello, everyone. Have you decorated your house for Christmas? What are the most popular Christmas decorations? I will let Jamie take this one because she is the decorator of Christmas in our house.
I'm hoping to get the tree up today. We have never not had our tree up this late. I usually put it up after Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving was a little crazy for us. My daughter was sick. We celebrated later, and then getting our son to school. It's a crazy time. So my son and I are hopefully going to get it up and decorated. I absolutely love Christmas tree decorations. I've promised Brent that we don't need any more. So I do now just wait until after Christmas to see what's on sale, maybe to get one or two. I love Christmas. I do. We usually put up 2 trees, and we lost one of our trees. I call the white tree. It's all white, and I decorate it with things from our college. So we only will be putting up 1 this year because we lost one in our flood. So, but today, hopefully Brent will put some pictures up. I'm sure he will.
Oh, I can. Yeah. Check it out on Instagram.
We are going small this year.
Yeah.
Which is sad, but we are.
So when we say we're going small in English, it just means we're not decorating as much as we used to. Maybe if you're planning a birthday party, you can say, we're going to go small this year. Not invite too many people. Yeah, it's a good term to know. All right. I think we're out of here. Right? Should we go?
Did we answer the questions from the person that left them?
Natalia.
Yep.
No, we did not. Natalia was not able to be here today. So I said, let's do this. Let's write down some questions as another thank you to channel members. Let's move this. All right, Natalia, she's from Chile, by the way. And she was wondering, there are a lot here. Let's take the second one, okay? About McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Yep.
What's the difference between a nugget, a tender, and a wing? Well, would you like to start, or shall I?
Doesn't matter.
Okay. So let's start with the wings. So if you just say wings, those things are going to have bones in them. You can ask for boneless wings, and those are pretty much tenders, right? Boneless wings, chicken tenders, about the same.
Yeah. So a tender is usually longer. Like, think of like a finger, like a chicken finger. We call it chicken finger.
We do have that term too.
Or chicken tender. Chicken tender sounds a little bit better because chicken finger sounds like you're eating the finger of a chicken. Yeah. But a nugget is super small. If you look at McDonald's chicken nuggets, you get a 10 piece. So you have 10 really, really smaller bites. Call them bite size. That would be a nugget.
Yeah. It's a lot to do with the shape.
Yep.
So if you say bones, wings, then the other two are just shapes. Chicken fingers.
Do not eat things with bones in them. No. Like I always go boneless. But yeah. Chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, chicken wings, boneless
chicken fingers.
Wings. We actually, Taco Bell has, I think, chicken fries. Is it Taco Bell or
no, Burger King? Yeah.
Chicken fries. So they look like French fries, but they're chicken. We have those too. Yeah.
It's just not, it's just a bunch of chicken smushed together, right?
First time to watch live. Thank you.
What's that? Oh, hey, first time. Goa. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, we got to go. I'm going to go watch Bob the Canadian. So check his channel out, Bob the Canadian. He is live. I'm going to go be in that chat there. So if you want to join me, say hi to me over there. And I think we are going to wrap it up.
Yep.
I would like to say thank you to everybody who joined here. Thank you to my lovely wife.
Thanks for being here, guys. This was a lot of fun. I'll try to come maybe more often.
All right. Thank you so much. Adios, amigos.
See you later.